What's up, everybody? It's Jasmine, and it's Monday. Woo! I'm kind of glad that it's back to the work week because weekends have been really stupid lately. I guess that's because of my boyfriend's situation. But yeah, now it's Monday, and that's super exciting. So soon I will be finished with school. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, and then I've got a maths test, and I don't have a finishing test for Swedish, but we do lots of tests during the term. So yeah, anyway, that'll be done, and then it'll be like 1 or 2 weeks break, and then I'll be back to school again. Super lame, but whatever, it'll be fine. Anyway, so last week we had 2 tests in Swedish and 1 test for maths. The Swedish one was a group presentation, which went way too long because one of our guys, he talked for like, honestly, 10 or 15 minutes, and we were only meant to talk for 5 minutes each, so it was kind of embarrassing, but like, what can you do, you know? And then the other test was about this book that we had read, and that was like another group test where you just sat around and discussed the book. So we read En Dåres Försvastal, which is in English, A Case for Idiots, like basically an argument for idiots. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so the book is kind of annoying because it's basically the same thing over and over again, where it's basically an autobiography of the author and his first marriage. So he married this lady who was already married, but he fell in love with her, and then she like split up with her husband, and then they got married, and then had kids and stuff like that. But basically he hates her. He thinks that she's like gaslighting him and making him crazy and everything like that. Basically the whole story is him complaining about his wife, and it doesn't really change from that. So you've got like 200 pages of somebody trashing their wife, and like, even if she is purposely trying to make him think that he's crazy, it's like, it's not particularly interesting to read because it's just the same thing over and over again. But one thing it's pretty funny is that our teacher, she was like, oh, you know, in this book, he seems like, you know, a really awful person, but he's just jealous. And it's like, okay, but like, that's not an excuse. Like, so he's jealous, that doesn't mean that he can like write a whole book where he's calling his wife a whore, and he actually like hit her in real life and things like that. And so it's like, I mean, you know, like, you can't just say, oh, you know, he's not actually a bad guy, he was just jealous. And in the book, he's like saying that women are like half animals and things like that. But during parts of his life, he was like a feminist. Like he made an argument for women to have the vote and things like that. And our teacher mentioned that, but it's kind of like, you know, you can't be like a feminist half of the time and then call women half animals the rest of the time and let it to be okay. So the whole thing is really stupid because our teacher's like trying to talk to us like, you know, he's not actually a bad dude, and it's like, okay, but you know, all the evidence is pointing to him being like a really, really, really awful person for at least half of the time. And like, as far as I'm concerned, you might as well be like an okay person all the time, instead of like a good person half of the time, but like the devil the rest of the half. So anyway, that's just something I wanted to tell you guys about. I thought it was really funny. The author's name is August Strindberg. Yeah. So take a look if you want. He's probably one of Sweden's most well-known authors. Yeah, and he wrote plays and things like that. So yeah, he's really well-known in Sweden, so you might want to check him out, see what he's all about. But do not read that book. Honestly, it's like a huge waste of my life. Anyway, I hope you guys are all going to have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys all soon. Hey, doll!